he's supposed to greet today. So, Hare Krishna, Vancha Kalpatrubhasya, Kripa Sindhu Evacha Patitaram Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnavinda ki Jai, Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. Thank you everyone for joining today. So, in today's schedule, Samik Rishi Maharaj informed me that he's coming on some TV channel, which is Ek Mulakat Krishna Bhakt ke Saath. So, there will be a little, he will probably be joining the class a little later, not right away, right now. So, that's one thing. And so, anyway, I'll just go ahead and find a quote. And so, there's a quote by His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. Spirituality is about transformation of the heart from pride to humility, lust to love, from the selfish need to take to the selfless mode to give. I'll repeat again. Spirituality is about transformation of the heart from pride to humility, lust to love, from the selfish need to take to the selfless mood to give. So thank you so much for everyone to join today. May I know who all on the call today?
Hare Krishna Mataji, this is Sundar Bhandari from Maryland.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Madanat Pranam to you, Shri Prabhupada ki Jai, Guru Maharaj ki Jai. Thank you for joining.
Hare Maharaji, Mataji, this is Rita from Clarksville, Maryland.
Hare Krishna Rita ji, Madanat Pranam to you, Shri Prabhupada ki Jai, Guru Maharaj ki Jai. Thank you so much for joining.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. This is Pooja from Sydney.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Madanat Pranam to you, Shri Prabhupada ki Jai, Guru Maharaj ki Jai. Thank you so much for joining.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. This is Nikunja Rasadas from German.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Madanat Pranam to you, Shri Prabhupada ki Jai, Guru Maharaj ki Jai. Thank you so much for joining.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandvat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada, Jai Shri Guru Maharaj. This is Radha Raman Das from Warwick, Maryland.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Madanat Pranam to you, Shri Prabhupada ki Jai, Guru Maharaj ki Jai. Thank you for always joining when Maharaj is here. Thank you so much. Anybody else would like to announce? So I was thinking that I'm not saying Manindra Prabhu here, but Maharaj actually is not able to join because of another channel he's at. So maybe we can take up a verse if anybody can volunteer, because I'm also not a good speaker. So we can start with, Radha Raman Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji.
Would you like to just kind of read and go through, Prabhuji?
Sure. What?
The middle.
1 second.
Join. Yeah. We are on verse 7, 8, 12. So we have to start with 12.
12. Okay. Give me a minute. Let me.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, because I joined from my phone.
Yeah. And when Maharaj comes, we'll just hand over the call. At least we can start reading. And
Sure.
doing a small group discussion since we are continuing our, reading. So, and also Pooja Mataji, I'm thinking that we can start the recording when Maharaj joins. Hare Krishna, Pooja Mataji.
Mataji, I have started the recording.
Oh, you started. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Mataji, it is 7:12.
It is 7, Canto 7, chapter 8, and verse 12. Yeah.
Verse 12.
Verse 12.
Okay.
So we can start with the prayers, Om Agyana prayers.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Om
recorded.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chevo Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Avadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanayasha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna, we are reading Canto 7, The Science of God, Chapter 8, verse 12. Yastvaya Manda Bhagyokto Madannayo Jagdishvara Kwaso Yadi Sa Sarvatra Kasmat Stambena Drishyate. Word-to-word translation. Ya, the one who, Tvaya, by you, Mandabhagya, O unfortunate one, Uktaha, described, Mat Anyaha, besides me, Jagat Ishwaraha, the supreme controller of the universe, Kwa, where, Asau, that one, Yadi, if, Sa, he, Sarvatra, everywhere, all pervading. Kasmat, why, Stambe, in the pillar before me, na drishyate, not seen. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Shilpapad Prabhupada Ki Jai. O most unfortunate Prahlad, you have always described a supreme being other than me, a supreme being who is above everything, who is the controller of everyone, and who is all pervading. But where is he? If he is everywhere, then why is he not present before me in this pillar? Purport. Demons sometimes declare to a devotee that they cannot accept the existence of God because they cannot see him. But what the demon does not know is stated by the Lord himself in Bhagavad Gita 7:25. Naham prakashaha sarvasya yoga maya samavritaha. I am never manifest to the foolish and unintelligent. For them, I am covered by yoga maya. The Lord is open to being seen by devotees, but non-devotees cannot see him. The qualification for seeing God is stated in Brahm Samhita 538. Premanjana Charita Bhakti Vilochanena Shanta Sadeva Hrideshu Vilokayanti. A devotee who has developed a genuine love for Krishna can always see him everywhere, whereas a demon, not having a clear understanding of the Supreme Lord, cannot see him. When Hiranyakashipu was threatening to kill Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad certainly saw the column standing before him and his father, and he saw that the Lord was present in the pillar to encourage him not to fear his demoniac father's words. The Lord was present to protect him. Hiranyakashipu marked Prahlad's observation and asked him, "Where is your God?" Prahlad Maharaj replied, "He's everywhere." Then Hiranyakashipu asked, "Why is not in this pillar before me?" Thus, in all circumstances, the devotee can always see the Supreme Lord, whereas the non-devotee cannot. Prahlad Maharaj has here been addressed by his father as the most unfortunate. Hiranyakashipu thought himself extremely fortunate because he possessed the property of the universe. Prahlad Maharaj, his legitimate son, was to have inherited this vast property, but because of his impudence, he was going to die at his father's hands. Therefore, the demoniac father considered Prahlad the most unfortunate because Prahlad would not be able to inherit his property. Hiranyakashipu did not know that Prahlad Maharaj was the most fortunate person within the three worlds because Prahlad was protected by the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Hare
So,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Namo Pranam,
Ah.
Jai Shri Prabhupada. I was just reading the translation, and you can take over, Maharaj. Sorry.
Maharaj, my Danat Pranam, Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for joining. So we were continuing with Radha Raman Prabhuji, and we almost reading the last paragraph of Canto 7, Chapter 8, and
This is 12.
verse 12.
Yes.
Maharaj, you please.
आप पूरा कर लीजिए.
Okay.
हाँ, just आखिरी के 2 लाइन बचे हैं.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, therefore, I'll repeat that. Therefore, the demoniac father considered Prahlad the most unfortunate because Prahlad would not be able to inherit his property. Hiranyakashipu did not know that Prahlad Maharaj was the most fortunate person within 3 worlds because Prahlad was protected by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Such are the misunderstandings of demons. They do not know that a devotee is protected by the Lord in all circumstances. Kaunteha pratijanehi name bhakta pranashyati. Yeah, Maharaj. That is finished.
Hare Krishna. My Dandavat Pranam to all the devotees who are joining this session. तो 12वां श्लोक इन्होंने पढ़ा. मैं थोड़ा बैकग्राउंड इसके पीछे क्या है, whatever that I will tell you. ये तो प्रहलाद महाराज के जो पिताजी थे, मतलब he was ruling over whole planetary system, मतलब whole practically I would not say all universe, but all the planets, 14 भुवन में उनका राज्य था. So, and Prahlad could have got it if he wanted to, if he would have surrendered to his father, but he chose to surrender to Lord Sri Krishna. He was taught in the womb by his Narad Muni. She was his guru. He was giving this instruction to all the schoolmates. Even Sand and Amar, who were his teachers, they were also not only they were influenced, but it was they were. He was influencing the many people. But more people were joining this movement. Then Hiranyakashipu became more and more angrier, more and more he was trying to just kill his own son because he was not accepting him as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he was now his father is calling him and is asking, where you get all this strength? So वो बतलाने लगे, the boy who stood before the demon with folded hands, peaceful, mild and gentle, based on his age, he was hardly 5-year-old. So and behavior, it was not proper for his father to chastise him, but Hiranyakashipu could not contain his surging hatred. He wanted really to kill him by all the means. So glaring at his son with crooked eyes, the demon harshly shouted, "You stubborn, disobedient fool, today I will kill you. When I am angry, all the planets and their rulers shake. By whose power have you become so bold and fearless, so as to overstep my power to rule you? By whose power that you are doing this? Who is supporting you? The source of my power, explained Allah, is the same as yours. Indeed, there is only one source of all power, the Supreme Lord. No, so Hiranyakashipu is saying, no, it's not. But he says, no, yes, Supreme Lord is the controller and he's giving you the power. I am the most powerful. That's Hiranyakashipu is saying, no, the Lord Vishnu is most powerful. And he's saying it is wrong. So, Father, please stop acting like a demon. Then he's shouting him, shut up. Raged the king, pointing his index finger like a dagger at Prabhupada. Stop distinguishing between enemies and friends. But he wants him to shut up. His father and became equal-minded towards all. So he wants Allah is saying that he become equal-minded towards all living beings. So Hiranyakashipu is saying that, did you hear me? Should you shut up? You have no enemy in this world except you are misguided. So Allah is saying that our greatest enemy is our misdirected mind. Misguided, uncontrolled mind is our greatest enemy. So Hiranyakashipu is asking, what did you say? He was shocked. Father, if you conquer your mind, you won't have any enemies. You are rascal. So this is the Hiranyakashipu is saying, you think you are better than me? Is that what you think? So Prahlad never thought that. He said, no, Father, I'm not better than you or anybody. Only people who are about to die think about like you. So Father, please. So this is the answer and talking between Prahlad and his father, Hiranyakashipu. Where do you think your God is where? If you say that God is everywhere, then where is he? So he is everywhere. Everywhere? Hiranyakashipu is saying, yes, the Lord is everywhere. Everywhere. Is he in this pillar? So Hiranyakashipu challenged, pointing to one nearby pillar. Yes. Who? Idiot. Enraged, that is Hiranyakashipu. He rose, stepped down from his throne, and he smashed his first fist loudly against the marble pillar. Then where is he? Show me where. He is there, Father. So Prahlad could see in the pillar that there is an Krishna wants to show that whatever my devotee desires, it happens. Then from inside the column came a frightened sound. It was horrendous and tumultuous sound that was coming, so much so that it frightened all the other demons in the assembly hall, because the assembly hall was big. Hiranyakashipu had so many of his militaries and police and others, their admirers, they were there. And so suddenly a most amazing being roaring and raging burst out of the pillar. The marble shattering all about. It was neither a man nor a lion, but a combination of both. It was Lord Vishnu's incarnation of Lord Narasimha. Lord Narasimha Dev ki Jai. Hiranyakashipu was amazed. What kind of creature is this? He wondered. Lord Narasimha looked awesome and formidable. His eyes were angry, his teeth were deadly, his mane was shining, and his razor-sharp tongue swirled about like a dueling sword. His nostrils and gaping mouth looked like the mountain caves, and he held a conch shell disc, lotus, uh, club, lotus, and various weapons in his many arms. He thinks he can kill me? Though Hiranyakashipu, never the demon grabbed his club and attacked. And now, he thought that he can never kill me, this kind of person. So, the Hiranyakashipu, he grabbed his club and attacked the Lord as a lion might attack an elephant. Enveloped by the Lord's effulgence, the angry demon began beating the Lord furiously with his club. However, Lord Narasimha captured him just like an eagle Garud easily captures a snake. But then the Lord deliberately allowed Hiranyakashipu to slip from his hands as a cat plays with a mouse. So, Narasimha Dev is Krishna himself, Keshavadrita Narhari Rupa, Jai Jagdish Hare. So he wanted to just play because Narasimha Dev was also a like this Hiranyakashipu. Also, he is a devotee, but he came in the guise of a demon, and Krishna wanted to fight because he is also wants chivalrous activity. Other than five main rasas, Shantaras, Dasyaras, Maitri Ras, Vatsalya Ras, or Shangar Ras, that all is there. But other than that, there are 7 other rasas: Vivatsa Ras, Shaurya Ras, Grana. So all this, there are many other rasas that Krishna wants to enjoy. So with whom he could enjoy? He cannot enjoy. Neither they are, the materialistic people are not as powerful. So he encouraged us. Somehow he arranged that Jay and Vijay take 3 births. First is Narsingadev was killing or fighting with Jay and Vijay. Initially, Jay was killed by Hiranyaksh, was killed by Lord Varahadev. Now, this Hiranyakashipu was killed by Lord Narsimha. He had to take 2 incarnations to kill these 2 brothers who were, and there was a wrong kind of pregnancy, and that it was out of lust by Diti, and that's why Daitya was born. So we could learn many, many things. When to have copulation, how a devotee child could be born in the family. And so by this history, it is almost in 10 chapters, this about Prahlad Maharaj has been given. So we could learn. So he's that how he can kill me. This was sometimes Hiranyakashipu fought in the air, and at other times he fought on the ground. He was completely unpredictable, but he had been given. Means he was the demons have many powers. In many ways, they could hide, they could go from, or they could be up in the sky, or they could fight in many ways. But it is his fighting. He is not an ordinary person. He is the supreme personality of Godhead. All the magics and everything they come from uh, Krishna. So he could also show his power. And now Lord Narasimha laughed loudly. Then he caught him, forcefully captured the demon, whose limbs wrinkled about helplessly. Next in the assembly hall, tore away that Lord placed Prahlad's father on his lap and tore the demon to pieces. Yeshavadrita Narahari. So he tore his abdomen with a sharp nail. It was a ghastly sight. The Lord's mouth and mane sprinkled with blood, drops of blood up, and his ferocious eyes blazing with anger, his neck decorated with the demon's intestine. Because he was so angry, he tore apart because he was torturing his own son. And that's why now Lord is very angry. And even when this demon was killed, he fulfilled all the whatever the Brahma gave him the boons. He fulfilled all his boons and he still killed him. Because he asked that not a human being should kill, not an animal, but he was combination of both. He did not ask for that. He killed him at the doorstep on his own throne that he was sitting. Now you may say that how the Lord could sit on a demon's throne, because demon was not a demon, he was a devotee. He could sit on the throne of his own devotee. So several blessings were given which appeared to make the demon invincible and immortal. But the omniscient Lord, without violating any Brahma's promises, counteracted them all. For example, Hiranyakashipu could not be killed on the land or in the sky. So the Lord killed him on his lap. He could not be destroyed either inside or outside. The Lord destroyed him on the doorway. Nor could he be slain during the day or night. So the Lord slew him at the dusk, and he could not be executed by any weapon or by any person. With the Lord, it appeared as a half man, half lion, and executed. So his nails were like sharp, like chisel, and he tore his abdomen by the nails, which is not a weapon. So seeing their leader dead, thousands of demons, loyal warriors with raised weapons, fiercely attacked Lord Narasimha. But the Lord, roaring thunderously, destroyed them all with the ends of his sharp nails. Only he killed all of his assistants with the nails. Then he sat down on the king's opulent throne, and heavenly goddess showered flowers. So many heavenly gods were there because he was threatening to many demigods, and they all showered and they are praying him. The gods in the sky began beating drums and kettle drums. The female angels began dancing, and the Gandharvas started singing sweetly. Then all the chief gods and angels offered their obeisances and prayers to the Lord, glorifying, praising, and thanking him for his mercy. Now they could fearlessly return to their individual planets and resume their former administrative duties to the world. So, although they prayed, but Lord Narasimha remained very angry. extremely angry at the Hiranyakashipu for having so carelessly abused Prahlad. He was angry because Prahlad was so muchly, he was hurt. You already heard. So none of the celestial dared to approach the Lord. They therefore asked Prahlad to go forth. Even Lakshmi ji could not dare to go nearby because of his angry mood. Brahma, Indra, Shiva, nobody could come to the Lord. So the boy of Prahlad, he approached the feet of the Lord and with folded hands prostrated himself before him. So Lord Narasimha became ecstatically affectionate towards Prahlad and praised him. So such is the mercy. How is the mercy that he folded him like a child? We are all children of Krishna. And he put him on his lap and was licking him, just like a cow licks the and human beings also they lick the face and lips and forehead and head, and so he is also licking like an affectionate father does, and he became very ecstatic. His anger subsided. In the child's heart overflowed with love. His eyes streamed with tears, and blissful symptoms manifested throughout his small body. He then offered the Lord his most heartfelt prayers, which are very, very important. And now he said, where did he learn these prayers? Because he was a devotee. He became devotee and he heard from Narad Muni, and he could recite very beautiful. They are very, very beautiful. Repeatedly led, lauding the glories of loving devotional service as the end and be all of the true happiness. Prahlad's prayer specified the Lord completely. So, my dear Prahlad, I am very much pleased with you. Kindly ask. He did not ask any boons. So that was the little bit summary. The 12th chapter, 12th text has been read, and we will go with reading the 13th text number 30. Soham vikathamanasya sirah kaya dharamite upayet harispadya yaste shranam ipsitam. Translation, because you are speaking so much nonsense. So that is Hiranyakashipu is telling Prahlad, I shall now sever your head from your body. Now let me see your most worshipable God. Come to protect you. I want to see it. So purport, demons always think that the God of the devotees is fictitious. That is the reason that, oh, where is God? Who has seen God? What he is doing? I am doing my own. I am the doer. I am the creator. I am the master. Neither we are a master nor creator. It's all Krishna. He has given us some intelligence, but everything is done, and that we should accept that everything is done by Krishna. So they think that there is no God, and the so-called religious feeling of devotion to God is but an opiate, like bham, afim jaisa, a kind of illusion, like the illusion derived from LSD and opium. Hiranyakashipu did not believe Prahlad's Maharaj, when Prahlad asserted that his Lord is present everywhere. He did not accept that. Because Hiranyakashipu, as a typical demon, was convinced that there is no God and that no one could protect Prahlad. He felt encouraged to kill his son. He challenged the idea that the devotee is always protected by the Supreme Lord. So the God is not our servant that he could appear at anybody's whims or demand. Premanjana churita bhakti vilochanena santa sadaiva hridayeshu vilokayanti yam shyama sundara chintya gunaswarupam govindam adipurusham tamaham bhajami. So Govind, unless we are a devotee and our eyes are anointed with love of God, we cannot see the Lord even if he is in front of him. Like this Duryodhan was a demon and Lord was in front of him. He could not believe that he is the Supreme Lord. Although he showed him his Virat Roop also, he did not believe. So this is the, but devotees, they immediately, yes, he is the Supreme Lord, my worshipful Lord. So, and the devotee is always protected by the Lord. Text number 40. Evam durater muhura arth yan rusha suttam mahabhagavatam mahasura khangam खड्गम प्रग्रह्योत पतितो वरासनात् स्तंभम टटाडाति बल समुष्टिना. Being obsessed with anger, Hiranyakashipu was very great in bodily strength thus chastised his exalted devotee, son Prahlad, with harsh words, cursing him again and again. Hiranyakashipu took up his sword, got up from his royal throne, and with great anger he struck his fist against the column. He said he's everywhere. So he asked him, is he in this column? He says, yes, yes, my father. He was never angry. Never Prahlad also could have shown he was a Kshatriya son, but he never showed any anger. Always mild, always sweet, always respected his father. He spoke with him on a very sweet way, just like a father deserves. So text number 15. तदैव तस्मिन् निनदोति भीषणो बभूव येनाड् कटाहमास्फुटत् यं वै स्वधिष्णुयोपगतं त्वजायदयः श्रुत्वा स्वधामात्य यमङ्गमेनिरे. Menire means he thought. So then from within the pillar came a fearful sound, which appeared to crack the over covering of the universe. Oh my dear Yudhishthira. So this is being told, all this by Narad Muni to Yudhishthira. After the Rashtriya Yagya, they are discussing, they are pitting. So anytime you have a saintly person come to your home or temple, then you hear him. If you go to holy dhams or rivers, then you meet with the person, saintly people around that. Otherwise, it has really no benefit if you go to Ganges and Haridwar. So you must spend some time with the devotees around and listen to them, pray to them, pay them obeisances, do some service in the dham. So, oh my dear Yudhishthir, this sound reached even the abodes of the demigods, like Lord Brahma. Means the sound was so great, it was going all the way to Brahma Lok and Sun Lok and Moon Lok and all the planetary systems. And when the demigods heard it, they thought, oh, now our planets are being destroyed. They thought it is something devastation, like Lord Shiva does it at the time of devastation. Pralay, the time ka humko yaad aaya. Yes, we sometimes become very much afraid of the sound of a thunderbolt, perhaps thinking that our houses will be destroyed. The great demigods like Lord Brahma feared the thundering sound that came from the pillar in front of Hiranyakashipu. Text number 16. Savikraman putra vadepsu rojasa ishamya nirladam apurvam adbhutam antah sabhayam nadarsha tatpadam vitatra suryen surari yuthapaha. While showing his extraordinary prowess, Hiranyakashipu, who desired to kill his own son, heard that wonderful tumultuous sound, which had never been heard. Upon hearing the sound, the other leaders of the demons were afraid. None of them could find the origin of that sound in the assembly. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explains himself by saying, Rasoham apsukanteya प्रभास्मे शशि सूर्य प्रणवः सर्ववेदेषु शब्दखे पौरुषम नृषु. O son of Kunti, Arjun, I am the test of water, the light of the sun and moon, the syllabus Om in the Vedic mantras, and the sound in ether, and an ability in man. Here the Lord exhibited his presence everywhere by the tumultuous sound in the sky. Shabda Ke, the tumultuous thundering sound was proof of the Lord's presence. The demons like Hiranyakashipu could now realize the supreme ruling power of the Lord. And thus Hiranyakashipu became afraid. However powerful a man may be, he always fears the sound of a thunderbolt. Similarly, Hiranyakashipu and all the demons who were his associates were extremely afraid because of the presence of the Supreme Lord in the form of sound, although they could now not trace out the source of the sound. The sound was coming from inside the pillar, and they could not understand where it is coming. But it was sound that was shaking the whole universe, all the planetary system. Text number 17. Satyam vidhatum yebhratya bhashitam vyaptim ch bhuteshu kileshu chatmanah adrashyatatya adbhuta rupa mudra mudvahan stambhe sabhayam mragam manusham. To prove that the statement of his servant Prahlad Maharaj was substantial, in other words, to prove that the Supreme Lord is present everywhere, even within the pillar of an assembly hall, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, exhibited a wonderful form never before seen. The form was neither that of a man nor that of a lion. Thus the Lord appeared in his wonderful form to the assembly hall. Purport. When Hiranyakashipu asked Prahlad Maharaj, "Where is your Lord? Is he present in this pillar?" Prahlad Maharaj fearlessly replied, "Yes, my Lord is present everywhere." Therefore, to convince Hiranyakashipu that the statement of Prahlad Maharaj was unmistakably true, the Lord appeared from the pillar. The Lord appeared as half lion and half man, so that Hiranyakashipu could not understand whether the great giant was a lion or a human being. To substantiate Prahlad's statement, the Lord proved that his devotee, as declared in Bhagavad Gita, is never vanquished. Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pradasya. A devotee never falls down, is always protected. And Krishna provides whatever is needed, and Krishna protects whatever is already done, is there. Prahlad Maharaj's demonic father repeatedly threatened to kill Prahlad, but Prahlad was confident that he could not be killed, since he was protected by the Supreme Lord. By appearing from the pillar, the lion encouraged his devotee, saying, in effect, "Don't worry, I am present here." By manifesting his form in Narsingadev, the Lord also preserved the truth of Lord Brahma's promises that Hiranyakashipu was not to be killed by any animal or any man. The Lord appeared in form that could not be said to be fully a man or a lion. Text number 18. So, Sattva-menam parito vipashyan stambhasya madhyad anu nirjihanam nayam rago napi naro vichitram moho vimetha kimmet metat Mragendra Rupam. While Hiranyakashipu looked all around to find the source of the sound, that wonderful form of the Lord, which could not be ascertained to be either a man or a lion, emerged from the pillar. In amazement, Hiranyakashipu wondered, what is this creature that is half man and half lion? So, always demons until the end, they think that they will be able to kill this Lord. They always think, but they do not know that Lord is not only He is creating, but His whatever He says, it happens. And whatever His devotee says, that also happens. So a demon cannot calculate the unlimited potency of the Supreme Lord, as is stated in the Vedas. Parasya Saktir Vividhaiva Shuvite Swabhavaki Jnana Balakriyachi. The different potencies of the Lord are always working as an automatic exhibition of His knowledge. For a demon, it is certainly wonderful that the form of a lion and the form of a man can be certainly wonderful that the form of the lion and the form of a man can be united, since a demon has no experience of the inconceivable power by which the Supreme Lord is called all powerful. Demons cannot understand the omnipotency of the Lord. They simply compare the Lord to one of them. Avajananti mam mudha manushin tanu ash. That whenever Krishna comes, that when he comes in the form of a human being, he comes in the form of the human being because human being has the great capacity to become his devotees and worship him and embrace him. But if he comes as in a very opulent way with four-handed form or others, then the human being would not go close to him. They will only come to awe and reverence. And when the Lord, yes, you are my master, but there is other mellows would not appear if he comes in his opulent form. So he always comes as simply as a human being with two-handed and two legs. Mudas, the rascals, think Krishna is an ordinary human being who appears for the benefit of other human beings. Param Bhavam Ajanan. That fools that he is the Param Bhav, Supreme Lord, that they do not know. Fools, rascals, and demons cannot realize the supreme potency of the Lord. But he can do anything and everything. Indeed, he can do whatever he likes. When so Ichha Shakti, and that is whatever he desires, it happens automatically. When Hiranyakashipu received benedictions from Lord Brahma, he thought that he was safe since he received the benediction that he could not be killed either by an animal or a human being. He never thought that an animal and a human being would be combined, so that demons like him would be puzzled by such a form. This is the meaning of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The last verses, and there is no purport, so we'll read this and then we can discuss more further. Text number 19 to 22. Mimansa manasya samothikto grato narasimha rupas natadalam bhayanakam pratapta chami karchandalochanam ispurat satake shara rajyu tananam karalanastram karavala chanchala shuranta jivam prakuti mukulvanam स्तब्धोर्वकर्णं गिरिकन्दराद्भुता व्याप्तासम् अनुभेदभीषणं दिवीक्षस्पर्शत् कायमदीर्घपीवर ग्रीवोर्वक्षः स्थलमपवधं शूद्रांशुगौरैः छुरितं तनूर है विश्वगभूजा निकषतम नखायुधम दुरासदम सर्वनिजेतरायुध प्रवेक विद्रावित दैत्य दानवम. Translation by His Divine Grace. Hiranyakashipu studied the form of the Lord, trying to decide who the form of the Narasimha Deva is standing before him, who is this person. The Lord's form was extremely fearsome because of his angry eyes, which resembled molten gold, his shining mane, which expanded the dimensions of his fearful face, his deadly teeth, and his razor-sharp tongue, which moved about like a dueling sword. His ears were erect and motionless, and his nostrils and gaping mouth appeared like a cave of a mountain. His jaws parted fearfully, and his entire body touched the sky. His neck was very short and thick, his chest broad, his waist thin, and the hairs on his body as white as rays of the moon. His arms, which resembled flanks of soldiers, spread in all directions as he killed the demons, rogues, and atheists with his conch shell, disc, club, lotus, and other natural weapons. So Lord was very fearsome, but we have to see what is the form of the Lord, and that has been described here very nicely. And just by this description of the Supreme Lord and his form and his weapons and his mood, and that we can be liberated from this material entanglement. Our whole purpose of human life is to serve the Supreme Lord, is to know him, make our relationship that we have forgotten him. So we have been We have forgotten the Lord's our connection with Him from time immemorial. Since we are here in the material world, we came from this Karan Samudra. We are the Karan is cause. Our cause is the Karan. That is one of the energies of the Lord. It is neither internal nor external. It is the middle energy that is called this like you may say that we are in the middle, neither we are so it could be covered. So it is like the Tatastha Shakti. Tatastha Shakti is the marginal energy of the Lord. We are at the margin, but we are meant to be in the Lord's association and play with Him. And Lord is eager to give us everything, whatever He has. Our little tiny thing, we struggle for full life and spoil our human life. But with just in Kali Yuga, it is very easy to get the favor of the Lord. He is eager to take Him back. In other yugas, like meditation, and people used to live 1,000 years, Treta Yuga, lot of yagyas are done to please, like Lord Ramchandra himself did like 11,000 yagyas. And 11,000 golden sitas were made by him. The sitting with him. The Sita Devi was in the forest, and then she disappeared in the earth. Then in the Dwapar Yuga, the main method was elaborate temple worship. We used to live 1,000 years. But Kali Yuga is very degraded age. People cannot take. In knowing the Shah, that it is such a degraded age, people cannot do any of these other ages people could do. So the Lord allowed it just by chanting, Sankirtan, or just by japa, single or in association with other people, we could become free from the material entanglement. We could be, and Lord forgives our all the sins what we have done in the previous billions of lifetime. So it is a very nice opportunity for every one of us to concentrate on this bhakti yoga, or also you may say karma yoga. Karma for Krishna. Karma yoga means the union. You unite your karma with Krishna's desire. Whatever. So you do tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara yuddhacha. You remember me and you fight. Fight means do your duty. So he's telling Arjun, but it is for us also that we could do our duty, just like Gopis has done. Aradhya Bhagwan Brajesh Tanaya. That Aradhana has to be done for Brajesh Tanaya. All the worship should be for Brajesh Tanaya. Brajesh Tanaya means Nanda Maharaj's son, Krishna. Tadhama Vrindavanam. And his dham is Vrindavan. Vrindavan Krishna. Not in here. In other yugas, there is, because this yuga, original Krishna has come. Other yugas, it's not original Krishna. Only after 1,000 Chaturyugan, the next day of Brahma, only Krishna comes in his original form. His name is also Krishna, but he's not Nanda Tanay or Nanda Sutta. Nanda Sutta is only in this Kali Yuga, in this particular place, time. So we are very lucky and fortunate that we are seeing the Lord, or we are with the in this time that we could do just by chanting, we could be free from material entanglement. So Aradhya Bhagwan Vrajeshtanaya Tadhama Vrindavanam Ramya Kajid Upasana. What kind of upasana or worship? Just like the gopis had done it. Ramya Kajid Upasana Vrajavadhu Varginaya. Not only one varga or one group, groups and groups. So many youth were performing the seva to Supreme Lord. Whatever ladies they want, but their mind is always absorbed on Sarveshu Kaleshu. In all the call, they were remembering Krishna. And that is our duty also, that we remember Krishna every time, every day, every minute, every second, while doing our duty. So we surrender to Krishna first, and by surrendering, then whatever duty you do, because you became of Krishna, then whatever you do, it becomes Krishna. Like if there is some person, like your son is surrendered to you, and whatever he's doing for you. It is for the benefit of the father. So we should also give what father wants. He is full of all the riches and everything, but he wants that his children who have forgotten him should come back to him. So that is our duty, to bring other children who have went away from Krishna, who has forgotten him. Then we have to bring them back to Krishna's abode. That is the purpose of a temple, or that is the purpose of the preaching. That by preaching, by telling them about Krishna and how great, let the others, they come to Krishna. Not just coming to a temple and taking photos, but Krishna wants us to completely surrender and come back to him. We have left his association and we are suffering, and he cannot see our suffering. So he is asking that whoever has taken birth in India, Bharata Bhumite Hela Manusha Janmayar, Janma Sarthak Kari Kara Paropakar. You make your life successful and make others' life successful. And this success is not roti, kapda, makan, medicine, but this success is give them, inject Krishna consciousness, bring them to the lotus feet of Krishna. That is the real success. Not success what we think, that taking a degree, earning so much money, and making big houses and big cars and big opulent profit, adoration, distinction, love, puja, pratishta. That is not, should not be our aim. Our aim should be to serve Krishna. How Prahlad Maharaj, he did not ask, although he could have, the first verse that we read, that he could have all the opulences of Hiranyakashipu, all planetary system. He did not, had no interest whatsoever to rule. But Lord Narsimhadev gave him only way that, okay, you rule here. And same thing, when Dhruv Maharaj worshipped, but he was worshipping that he should get a great kingdom, better than his grandfather. But he did not got just great, but the greatest kingdom that none of the people could have, even greater than Brahma. He's in the Dhruvalok even now. He ruled for 26,000. He said that Kacha, that are the broken pieces of glass. I worshipped you, but now I am seeing you. You are like a diamond. Why I should be looking for those things? So in this way, Prahlad and teaching of Dhruv Maharaj and others, that how they renounce everything from the material world. So we should also not getting attached to all the possessions or all the opulence we have, but use everything, every penny in the service of the Lord. Family will be taken care of the Supreme Lord automatically. And so we should not be worried. So Srimad Bhagvatam Pramanam Amalam, that is the greatest praman, that we should worship Krishna. Tatradaro Napara Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Matamidam. That is the mat, is our doctrine, that is the Krishna is saying Matamidam Tatradaro, that there is nothing higher than this, is to worship in the line of gopis, what the gopis were. That is, we should also pray in the same way. Yes, Krishna is so nice, and that Krishna went to like even gopis, their love was so much that gopis, Krishna, please dance. And so they, although they knew that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead in Yashoda Mai and mouth and by lifting Govardhan, but never accepted that. They thought that it is he's our loving darling child or our lover, so they worship him as their lover. And Krishna gave reciprocates with the same mood. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tas tathaiva bhajamyaham. So just to reiterate what we read, that is, although Hiranyakashipu was a demon, he is described here as the added word Shri. We put Shri Hiranyakashipu because he fortunately had a great devotee son, Prahlad. So if your home has a great devotee son, like I saw a 4-year-old boy, he could recite many verses. He speaks so brilliantly and everything. So thus, although he was a demon, he would attain salvation and return home back to God. That was his, because he produced so not only our generation, but 21 generation could be liberated from this material world and go back, become eligible to back home, back to Godhead. If only one child, one of your child, boy or girl, take to Krishna consciousness. So it is our devotees, it is their great fortune that you produce a child who is Krishna conscious. Educate him. So he was asking, where is your Lord? Hiranyakashipu thought that himself fortunate as he possessed the property of the universe. He called Prahlad unfortunate, but fortunate Prahlad was the most fortunate, because although his legitimate son, Prahlad, was to inherit his property. Because of his impudence, he was going to die at his father's hand. But really, he was the most fortunate, not that he will get the property of his father, but because he was a devotee. Because anytime, just like Hiranyakashipu never thought that he will die, but he died a very, very sad death, very torturous death. His intestines were ripped off and his abdomen was broken. And although his Kal was used to be afraid of Kal, and all the demigods flew from their positions. The Indra could not rule in his heavenly planet because everybody was afraid and they left the place. But if we worship Krishna, then we could become higher than even the Indra and Brahma. And why? Because the Lord's support is there. Lord is with you. So he wanted to see how the Lord comes to protect, but Lord came. So striking the pillar, Hiranyakashipu then took up his sword, cut up from his royal throne and with anger with the feet, he broke that. So and then prove that the statement of his servant Prahlad are true, the Lord proves his devotees' words that the Lord is present everywhere in all living entities and elements. The Lord Hari appeared in a most wonderful form that was never ever seen before. From the pillar in the assembly, that form was neither that of a man or not that of a woman. Lord Krishna told Arjuna to declare that his devotee never perishes. Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashati. The Lord preserves the words of his devotee. So you become a devotee, Lord keeps the words of his devotees, he fulfilled. And he appeared as Narsimha in a half man and half lion to make the words of his following devotee true. Prahlad had said that the Lord was present everywhere, even in the pillar. And Hiranyakashipu said, probably they were Jay and Vijay, doorkeepers of Lord Vishnu in Vaikuntha, had prayed not to die from the created being inside or outside of a residence, and not by a man or. So he thought he died because of the hatred of Prahlad. Brahma had sanctioned the desires of the Hiranyakashipu that he asked. Narad Muni told that the child in Kayadu's womb cannot be killed. So that were all predictions before. So whatever they are saying, saintly people like Narad Muni said that Kayadu's womb has a devotee child and you cannot kill him. And that came true. So a devotee, whatever he desires, it happens. Hiranyakashipu was astonished to see the Lord emerging from the pillar. He thought, what is this creature that is half man and half lion? Hiranyakashipu never thought that an animal and human being would be combined, so that demon like him would be puzzled by such a form. This is the meaning of the Supreme Personality of Godhead's omnipresent. He is present everywhere, in every place. So there were fearsome features of the Lord Narasimha. The Lord Narasimha kills Hiranyakashipu and all the demons. So he's spread everywhere. So this is summary of what we read, and so if we could remember, and Lord protects us from like he kills, like he killed a demon, Hiranyakashipu, but he also removes all unwanted things, all the sins. He destroys our sins, our mind going in material possessions or material happiness or enjoying the matter, because matter is very short lived. Even if you enjoy, it's for a short time, flickering happiness. We should not be worried. We want, our soul needs continuous happiness. Anandam buddhi vardhanam pratipadam purnamrata swadhanam. We need the ananda, which is always increasing, always good. That is the spiritual ananda. So whatever world we cannot anand, we cannot enjoy. Prahlad refused to take whole kingdom. Even Dhruv Maharaj refused to take the kingdom of our planetary system. This is what I will do with that. But he remained his devotee. So we should also remain devotee and worship to the Lord and understand that Lord could do anything. He could akamava sarvakamava moksha kamodardhi tivrena bhakti yogena yajit purushapara. Even if we are desireless, akama, or we desire many, many things, Lord fulfills all that. Mokshaka, even if you want liberation, because he is very udar, tivrena bhakti yogena. And with great intensity, we should worship the Supreme Lord. Not think that Krishna will provide everything, but why we should ask something broken pieces of glass? We should ask for Lord's love, Lord's abode, because that is our natural position. Is to Jivera Sukhupaya, Krishna Nitya Das. Eternally we are Das of Lord Krishna. So we should be hankering for that, not for something else. So thank you so much. If you have any questions, comments on this verses that we started and finished to all the way, so that group of verses are together, so we went all the way to that portion. So if there is any up to 22nd, we read up to from text number 13 to 22nd. So please unmute, and if there is any comments, questions, we can discuss.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Mandanat Pranam to you. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much for joining us in spite of having other engagements and, explaining to us all these verses. And like I was thinking that, one realization was coming that even if like there are so many people who take benedictions from the Devatas, but somehow the other, like whether that benediction will come true or not, entirely dependent on Lord Narasimha Dev or Vishnu, Krishna. So, this is such a wonderful story to tell to people who are constantly worshipping other Devatas and wanting, like this and that from them, like Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma. So,
yesterday was installation of Durga Murtis in many, many homes. So anyway, those benedictions, they live only for that lifetime and they are finished. They are not eternal. But Krishna's blessing, Krishna's opulence, like Sudama, you enjoy here and you enjoy in this mutual kingdom. You go back home. So we should only please Krishna, not so many demigods, not so many people. But if somebody is a saintly person, like Narad Muni or Prabhupada, you serve them, but not asking any material benedictions. One should not ask. They will come automatically according to your destiny. आप सबका आपका पूर्व जन्म का जो भी डेस्टिनी है वो आपको मिलेगी, पर suffering would reduce or finish by the Lord's mercy because your mind is absorbed in Krishna. Those प्रारब्ध जो है वो होता है, वो रहेगा, आएगा. But because if you become a devotee, that is very mildly or you may not feel anything. If it was a सूली पर चढ़ना हो तो थोड़ा सा पिन प्रिक लग जाएगा. भगवान अपने भक्तों को प्रोटेक्ट करते हैं. भगवान कहते हैं, declare it boldly, O Arjun, to the whole universe that my devotee never perishes. They never suffer. So, and whatever it is there, he protects and he gives whatever you are needing. So why not to go to such a benevolent Father who is ready to give everything to us? We should worship him and use our lives, whatever portion is left, use it in our life for Krishna's service and associate with devotees. Devotee association, chanting and reading Srimad Bhagvatam, Diti Seva and that all are there, but these are very, very important. Okay. Yes, Mataji, you were saying something.
No, I was just saying that like so many times we hear Maharaj in the that we should not ask benediction from so this is such a wonderful story, and like where he's asking all these benedictions from Lord Brahma, and one by one all the benedictions were very intelligently like taken care of. So that way he was not Lord Brahma's thing was also kept, and even I'm sure Hiranyakashipu must be puzzled that like he could not imagine half man half lion someone could come. So like and then still people are foolishly asking for benedictions, not knowing that if our Lord Krishna is so great, he will anyway fulfill our benediction and he's living in our heart. So all these realizations just I was thinking was coming through your class, Maharaj. Very nice.
you, Mataji, for giving me opportunity.
Yes.
तो मुझे पहले से ही बदला देना, जब भी ऐसे हो. आपने कल बदलाया तो आई टोटली अंडरस्टैंड इट, आई हैव टू गिव अ क्लास. मैंने आज आप टीवी में देख सकते हैं, लाइक एक जो है ना, वो एक भक्त के साथ में
हाँ हाँ.
आता है ना.
Okay, okay. Maharaj, is it possible for you to share with me उसका कोई link so I can share in the group?
वो लिंक है ना, टीवी में ही देखना पड़ेगा. इट्स नॉट इन द यूट्यूब.
अच्छा,
वो
okay.
टीवी में देखने से, उसे लगाने से
हाँ
वो आ सकता है. मैं देखूंगा मैं.
हाँ. नहीं, एक्चुअली क्या है कि if we go to the YouTube and type एक मुलाकात कृष्ण भक्त के साथ, उसके अंडर आपका होना चाहिए. So then that should be on the YouTube, I think.
यूट्यूब पे नहीं दे रहे हैं, ओनली एक टीवी शो है जो इंटरव्यू हुआ घंटे
Okay.
भर का.
हाँ.
आपसे लेक्चर से मिले, वो इंटरव्यू एक मुलाकात कृष्ण टीवी का ही है, टीवी शो है.
अच्छा, टीवी शो है. ओके. बट आजकल महाराज क्या है, वो टीवी शो को कनेक्ट करते हैं यूट्यूब से. उससे क्या है कि हम लोग जैसे इंडिया में नहीं है, तो देन वी कैन आल्सो हियर, यूट्यूब गोज ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड. सो आई एम श्योर.
मैं पूछूंगा कैसे उसे उसमें किया जा सकता.
ठीक
इट
है.
वाज नाइस, क्योंकि काफी देर तक उन्होंने मेरे जीवन का, बचपन से लेकर के आखिरी तक का, ही वाज आस्किंग क्वेश्चंस एंड इट वाज नाइस. आई थिंक यू ऑल शुड हियर दैट.
यस यस यस, डेफिनेटली.
मैं पूछूंगा कैसे किया जा सकता.
ठीक है महाराज. सो एनीबडी हैज एनी क्वेश्चन, कमेंट्स फॉर महाराज, प्लीज गो अहेड एंड आस्क. Also, Maharaj, मुझे पता नहीं था कि you'll be joining sooner or later. So very nice of His Grace Radha Raman Prabhu ji. Yeah. तो उन्होंने एकदम से वर्स पढ़ना शुरू किया. Because
It was nice.
Yeah, very nice that you agreed to give at least read and explain a little bit. So really thankful to him.
Okay.
तो
No,
हम
I
लोग
thank him also. उन्होंने मंदिर भी खोला है, और वो भगवत गीता का भी उनका सेमिनार रीडिंग होती रहती है. एक चैप्टर एवरी व्हाटएवर वीकेंड या जो भी है, तो कई सालों से कर रहे हैं.
Okay. Nice. Yeah. Because हम लोग ये करते हैं महाराज, if somebody doesn't come, then we just, whoever is joined, we just read and just have a group discussion, just to kind of continue the Bhagvatam every day. So I think we don't have any questions, comments, but today's reading was so nice. We went up to 22 verse. So I think since Maharaj was reading, but it's very important for us to also read, so we can continue, reading. And reading is done good in the morning time, reading, chanting. Even like chanting, I think reading is important because our mind is fresh and we can observe so much more. So I'll request everyone to read all these verses which Maharaj covered today. So Maharaj, we can end the call by prayers. Sorry, Avala. Vancha kalpatrubhascha kripa sindhu evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय.
जय.
प्रभात की जय.
जय.
समिक राज की जय.
जय. Hare Krishna, Hare Bol.
All the devotees who joined today, so nice to have all devotees joining in the morning. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.